Hello, I'm Bob Dole.
And I'm Elizabeth Dole, and we appreciate the opportunity to visit with you tonight.
Right now, we're seated about 100 feet from the Senate chamber, where I've had the privilege to serve for about 19 years, and where I've been fighting for a stronger America, a fiscally responsible America, and a compassionate America. I've been serving in the Congress for over 27 years, 8 in the House and 19 in the Senate. And I voted in those 27 years about 10,500 times, and some were tough votes. But believe me, if you're a leader, you have to make the tough calls. You know, I grew up in a small town, Russell, Kansas, where we cared about people, where we cared about each other, cared about our families, we cared about the government. I fought in World War II for those same traditional family values, and I would fight for the same if elected president. I believe the bottom line when I travel across the country is that the American people are looking for strong leadership, a hands-on president. I think I can do the job.
Bob and I have devoted our entire lives to public service. Now it's my privilege to tell Americans why I believe in Bob Dole. With strong leadership, America's potential is unlimited.
Hello, I'm Jack Kemp. As the parent of 4 children and a grandparent of 2 children, I realize that the most important influence on my own life looking back was my parents. My mother was a teacher and my father a small businessman. In the 1930s, during the Depression, they started a small trucking company to help put their 4 boys through college. I think essentially that's why I'm so optimistic about America and the American free enterprise system and the American family. I've had 2 careers. One as a professional football quarterback in the National Football League and the American Football League for 13 years, the last 8 years of which was with the Buffalo Bills. For 17 years, I've been in the Congress of the United States, representing Western New York, an area of our nation with manufacturing and farming, not unlike other parts of our country, with economic problems. I'm proud of the role that I played in the Republican Party, not only to broaden its base and to open it up to more people, but to help get America moving again without inflation. Proud of the Kemp-Roth tax rate reduction bill that was signed into law by President Reagan in 1981 and that helped lead to the tax reform of 1986, which by 1988 will leave 85% or so of the American families in a flat 15% rate. I'm not satisfied with the past. Politics is about the future. That's why I'm running for president. To defend peace through strength, the defense of the West, to defend our families and our children, and to help move this economy to full employment without inflation and equal opportunity for every man, woman, and child in this country.
Good evening. I'm Pete DuPont. I've been a state legislator, 6 years a member of the United States House of Representatives, and for 8 years I sat at this desk as governor of Delaware. When I came here, Delaware was not enjoying the best of times. Now we are. Working with thousands of people, we brought government spending under control. We cut taxes 30% for every working family. Jobs increased by 20%. Standards were raised for children and teachers in our schools. We succeeded because the people of our state demanded that some changes be made. Well, the people of America know there's some changes that have to be made in Washington, too. America was built on the work ethic. And yet our welfare system pays people for not working. Now the Congress is tinkering with the welfare laws, but they're not going to require able-bodied people to work for their welfare checks. You and I know they should. On America's farms, our good intentions have turned into a costly mistake. Common sense would tell us there's a better way of helping farmers than spending $26 billion of our tax money to drive thousands of farmers into bankruptcy and raise food prices. Here's some other things Americans want to do as well. We want to drive drugs out of our children's classrooms and protect the retirement of our parents. We Americans are always restless to make progress, to solve problems, to try new initiatives, to expand horizons. Those are good characteristics in a people and in a campaign for the presidency.
Hello, this is Pat Robertson. You may have seen me on the 700 Club television show. What you may not realize is that I'm also in charge of a major United States cable network that has 37 million households in all 50 states. Plus, I was privileged to found a graduate-level university, 5 graduate schools, and a law school. But I want to take you back a little bit to some of the heritage, because my people got here around the time of the founding of the Jamestown colony. One of them was a signer of the Declaration of Independence. 2 served as President of the United States. My father had a distinguished career, 34 years in the Congress, and included in that, he was chairman of the Senate Banking and Currency Committee. He gave me a very good education, Washington and Lee University, Yale Law School, and a business opportunity with W.R. Grace and Company for a while on Wall Street before I felt a call to the ministry and received a master's in divinity from New York Theological Seminary. But that's not all. One of the things that I'm proudest of is a very beautiful wife, 4 wonderful children, and 4 grandchildren. My wife is not only an assistant professor of nursing, but she's the principal United States delegate to the Inter-American Commission of Women. And Dee Dee, you've got some very serious concerns about what's happening with women and families in this country. Tell us about it.
Well, I'm very concerned about the plight of women, both in this country and throughout the hemisphere. But probably my main concern is about the single parent.
Ladies and gentlemen, we look forward to the debates. I've just finished a big victory in the straw ballots in Iowa, and I'm looking forward to this program.
Hello, I'm Al Haig, and this is my wife, Pat, who's been at my side for the last 37 years. I've been asked why I want to be president. The answer is simple. I've served 7 presidents in my lifetime. I know the job, its challenges, its rewards, and also the limitations on its power. 1988 will be perhaps the most important choice made by the American people in modern times. We are going to need a candidate of unusual qualifications. I've been an executive in the military, in government at highest levels, in the private sector with large and small businesses. I've been an educator in one of our greatest universities. And perhaps most importantly in this shrinking world, I've lived abroad. I know the concerns, the strengths and weaknesses of those who share our values and the wiles of those who do not. Therefore, I hope you will look at my candidacy as one which brings qualifications that no other candidate will bring. Experience, leadership, understanding, required for the post-Reagan era.
Hello, I'm George Bush. For 7 years, I've been vice president, and now I'm a candidate for president of the United States. It may come as no big surprise to you, but let me tell you why I'm running. And first, let me introduce some of our family. This is George, our oldest son, one of our 5 kids, and Barbara, my wife, for 42 years, and 2 of our daughter-in-law, 2 of our grandchildren. I'm running because I believe it is absolutely essential to carry on the good work that we've accomplished during the last 7 years. We've had a spectacular economic recovery. Taxes are down, inflation rates are down, unemployment is down. In the last year, more Americans at work than at any time in the history of this country. And that's all very important. But the issue that is overwhelming, as far as I'm concerned, is peace. That is what will motivate my presidency, keeping the peace. You probably get sick and tired of hearing candidates talk about their past records, but so let me make mine brief. I was a combat pilot, I was in business, I was a congressman, I was ambassador to the United Nations, chairman of the Republican National Committee, I was ambassador to China, and I ran the intelligence community, the CIA, for a year. I must have done some things pretty well in this job because they kept giving me new ones. And I was also a husband and a father. And how'd I do at that one, gang?
Great.
I just want to ask you to listen to what I have to say as I spell out my goals for the future. And I hope you'll make the decision to support me for President of the United States. Thank you very much.